name is Alan. I'm the host of this show, and the show format always features April Crawford, who's a full-body, open, deep trance channel and best-selling author, and also Veronica, our name for a causal plane entity that offers her comments and perspectives on a variety of subjects, and then gives her message to the world. Okay, so even though I have an unbelievable amount more of content, it's now the part of that show where I say, message to the world, Veronica.
We believe that the most important thing in a world that you are all involved with is respect. It is an admiration of those who maybe think differently than you, act differently than you, and move about in their reality differently than you. It doesn't mean they're better. It doesn't mean they're worse. It means they're different. So it's important for each of you to be mindful of the respect that is needed for those who maybe not doing things exactly the same way you would do them. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just that all of you do things differently. So we think in the culture that you're all involved with, it's very important to remember that daily, not just intermittently, but daily. And allow people to be who they are. Allow them to be different than you. And if you don't understand it, make it your business to understand it. Or if you don't want to even delve into the understanding of it, then just decide to respect it. And we think if every one of you just took a moment to do that, that there could be probably the epiphany amongst all of you that, hey, we don't need to be at war with each other. We need to just be respectful of each other. And let everybody live how they deem they want to live. That is true freedom. So we would say make sure you keep in your thoughts the concept of respect at any given time. Someone has a different opinion, you look at it and say, well, gee, I don't agree with that, but I respect your right to have that opinion. But I'm not going to embrace it because it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't mean you have to clunk them over the head and cause them difficulty because they don't agree with you. None of you are the same. Not one of you. Every single individual energy is different. And to think that everything is going to be homogenized and everyone's going to think the same way is ridiculous. Never going to happen. So the best all of you can do is to decide to be respectful. You can disagree. You can have discussion about the disagreements. But if it's done with a respectful tone, then you can have it. If it's done with animosity and negativity, then no, you can't. So decide every day that you're going to be respectful. Doesn't mean you have to agree. Just means that you need to see the light in the other person, see the soulful energy of the other person, and love that energy. And decide that, okay, it's all right if they're doing something different, to do different things. It's not like you're all crammed into one little tiny arena. So decide every day to carry with you the element of respect.
Thank you, Veronica. This next question, actually, Linda has two questions. And they are, role does religion play? Is there any one true path for our soul to follow?
What one needs to remember is that religion is man-made and spirituality is eternally made. Those who are in physical reality are constantly seeking their connection with the spiritual. They put together items of participation that they feel will lead them to that connection. It often turns into a religious moment that ends up having boundaries and parameters to it that just simply aren't true. We'd say to truly connect, one must understand what you're connecting to. And your own soul has to connect to the bigger picture, not to what is man-made. Nothing linear is ever going to make sense. What makes sense is the connection to energy that is emanating from your own soul into the collective consciousness that is the reality that you're in. So religion, again, man-made. Spirituality, eternally made.
Thank you, Veronica. And Linda's second question is, how can we better help those who are dying to pass with confidence?
The death experience is a very individualistic one, just like the birth experience is. We say it's much harder to be born into the linear reality than it is to leave it. When someone is suffering and someone is about to make the transition, and there is oftentimes, due to the connection and anchoring they have in linear reality, feel like, okay, if I let go of the anchor, I'm going to be adrift into a sea of nothingness. And what you can say to those who perhaps are not of any sort of religious belief system is to say to them, it's okay to let go. It's okay to jump into the void that's in front of you, because you will be met by those who love you. You will be met with energy that will assist you in the process. You will be not judged by anybody but yourself. You and your guides will sit and go through and contemplate how the life went and what you could do to make it better next time around, if you should so choose to do so.
Thank you, Veronica. And the next question is from Pam. And Pam asks, and I think that she slightly misquotes you. She said, you said that people like to come here because of the denseness, which is correct, and being able to be more artistic in this environment, which I don't ever remember saying. But the full question is, does that mean art isn't as much fun in the higher planes?
Artistic expression is always fun, but the dense linear reality often offers a vividness that other dimensional spaces does not offer. It all depends on how you wish to express yourself. Art and the beauty of art exists even in the highest frequency of places, but obviously it's a different kind of expression. And as you move down the tiers into more denseness, you get a different expression of that artistic thing. So no, it's not less fun in the non-physical realities. It's just not as vivid or sometimes as dense.
I have a follow-up question to that, because are there any times when it's substantially more vivid in non-physical?
Everyone's perception of reality on all levels, again, is very individualistic. There can be vividness in less dense realities, but it is, how do they say that? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Art is in the eye of the beholder. So it depends upon each of you and your own personal experience how vivid that actually is.
Is it more vivid for you as a causal plane entity? Why even bother being a causal plane entity if you can't have really vivid experiences?
The ability to be vivid is indeed available on all levels. Where we are at, we can create the denseness if we so choose to. Oftentimes we do not. A causal plane energy has ability to create whatever they want, whenever they want. Those who are not of that frequency will choose the linear dense reality to express themselves when a causal plane level is not available.
Okay, Veronica, we have a number of comments and questions. Question is from someone named Glenn, and actually gave his full name, but I can't pronounce it. Glenn Bergeron. And he says that, and I'm paraphrasing, he always thought there was more to life than what was being taught to us as truth. And then in the early 70s, he discovered Edgar Casey, and now he's discovered April and Veronica. And now he's 70. He's 70 years old. And he's looking forward to all that is. So, but his question is there anything beyond our universe, or is our universe the only playground available?
And good day, everyone. It is Veronica. We just had a playground question. Yes, there are many playgrounds. The current reality that you are in is one of millions. There are different spaces, different dimensions, different frequencies, and all of them have validity. And all of the beings within them are just like you. Maybe they might not be physically just like you, but they are searching, they're looking for the end result. So this current reality that you're in, that we're talking in right now, is not the only one by a long shot. There are millions of them. So think about that for a little bit.
Thank you, Veronica, and I think millions is quite a bit. And here's a question from Renee, and she wants to know, how much do past lives affect current ones?
Well, since all experience is really happening at the same time, and we realize that's a provocative statement for this radio show, we'd say that past lives, future lives, present lives, they're all happening at the same time. So yes, indeed, they all affect each other, and they all intersect with each other on levels that sometimes it's not easy to understand while you're in the physical in the current moment. Every experience you have reacts and acts with your core energy. So therefore, every experience you have has validity and impact upon who you are as you move through the reality.
Thank you, Veronica. And if you want to find more information, of course, aprilcrawford.com, go to amazon.com and search April Crawford, and the free newsletter, try innerwhispers.net. Thank you, until next time.